Hey there, how's it going? In this episode, I'm going to focus on the process that I went through buying New Horizons. And for the purposes of this video, assume that I've already shopped around, looked at a bunch of different boats, and at this point, I'm in contract to buy the boat, and I have 30 days to decide whether I want to follow through with the purchase. And in those 30 days, I'm going to do a survey, sea trial, rigging inspection, and mechanical inspection. All right, let's do it. So the first thing the surveyor did was to inspect the boat from the dock. And at this point, he was just trying to get an overall impression for the boat. He wanted to see if there was anything that stood out right off the bat, get a general impression for the top sides, and one of the first things he said was that he would recommend getting a bigger anchor for the boat. The anchor that was on the boat when I bought it was a 65-pound anchor, and that's the anchor that I still have, and he recommended getting a 110-pound anchor for a vessel of this size and weight. We then stepped on deck to get a closer inspection of the deck, primarily the quality of the teak and the caulking, and to inspect the rigging from deck level. After that, we went below deck to look underneath all of the floorboards and thoroughly inspect all of the systems and the main engine and generator.
Now we're getting somewhere. Now what's this automotive battery charger doing here? It's kind of strange. We try not to use these on boats. Alligator clips make sparks when they touch the battery, and the battery explodes in your face.
Oh boy, okay, yeah, not a good situation.
Yeah, you don't ever want to be, especially on that much amperage.
Yeah.
Hey James,
Getting shot around.
while you're looking around, can you, if you spot some winch handles, bring a couple up?
Sure.
Or, and not in a rush, but if you just spot them.
Let's find him a handle. Wow, this shaft is too nice.
What are you,
This might be a new shaft.
are you just inspecting the shaft now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the seal. This, you want to see in there? It's a tripless seal, and these have an O-ring. And
Okay.
the problem is, a lot of people, they were the rage 10 years ago, and then everybody went to these dripless, and they are nice. They don't drip, they don't overheat. But when they fail, you got to go into the yard right away, and they'll leak until you haul out and replace it. And judging by some of the corrosion on the top of this one, I think it's been in place for a while, but it looks really nice and clean.
Okay. Well,
So
that's good
if
news.
we can find the service records of when that was installed and try to get an idea of how many.
Well, we have a lot of records
No,
here.
this is basically
and-
manuals, I think, is when I'm, again, without my glasses, this is
Well, there's
manuals.
also more binders in here.
Okay.
Okay. Those are fuel filters, Raycord.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So all a diesel really needs is clean fuel and change the oil occasionally.
Okay.
200-300 hours. Thanks. So these are not generally acceptable, especially that way. He's put 5200 around it.
Awesome. Sealed.
Then it keeps the moisture. So this is a 12-volt unit, right?
Yeah.
If it were me, I would replace these with a sealed butt connector.
Okay.
Pretty easy, except that it's got like 3 wires coming in, which is
Sometimes those are nice to have plugs on too.
and then just bring it up here as high as you can so it's not laying down.
In the water. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough environment for this pump. But it works. Hoses are good. Startup. I'm following the lead back. Oh, here's another selector switch. Jeez,
Yeah,
Louise.
things get complicated. I've never.
Too many. When there's 4 selector switches, there's 60. There's like 22 combinations.
And there's, like I said, there's 2 more battery banks. Okay. Goes on
Positive.
where the main power cable comes into the starter motor.
Big positive. You got it.
Yeah. And we'll take the fluke. It's a fluke if I make it right. No, you gotta have fun with these things. Okay, we'll set it on the beeper.
Hi, this is James.
Look at anything else here before I close up?
I think that's going to be up to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ignore the blue paint. That's just.
And don't let them talk you out of solar panels. Solar panels are the most wonderful thing that's come along this century. Home swap. What's the time? Oh, that's right. What a maxi crop. Great way oh, they're wonderful. Very empty.
Here's some footage of the rigging inspector inspecting both the standing and running rigging. And he inspected not only from deck level, but as you can see in this footage, he also went aloft. So the only inspection that I haven't touched on yet was the mechanical inspection. And that was actually the very first one that I had done. And unfortunately, I wasn't present for it. I was actually on the east coast of the US, and I hired a mechanic to go down to New Horizons and inspect the main engine and the generator. And basically they were just looking at all the components for both of those engines to see if there was anything that we should be concerned about. And additionally, they took used oil samples from each engine and sent them into a lab to have an oil analysis done. And that's a lot like a doctor doing blood work on a human. You can tell a lot from used engine oil with regards to the health of the engine. So all of the results came back to my satisfaction. And in this video, I'm not going to go into the exact details of the results or exactly what they were looking at. But if there's anything that you would like to know, any comments or questions about that inspection or anything else, please leave it in the comments down below, and I'd be happy to get back to you about that. And additionally, I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it informative. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.